This question always bothers me. Is it better to get a pair of smaller speakers or get one but the bigger model instead? All this time, I've always went with the latter. And today, in this video, hopefully we'll get closer to the answer. Let's find out. Selamat pagi! Good morning everyone, Kenneth here, and today will be the very first time I'm venturing out to the brave new world outside of True Wireless earbuds. As my first time reviewing a Bluetooth speaker, please let me know if there's anything in particular that you're looking for. Today we're reviewing the Mifa A10, a 5W by 2 speaker with one passive radiator in the back, and its bigger brother, the Mifa A10 Plus, a 10W by 2 speaker with two passive radiators that you can see working on both sides. Always cool to see that. Before starting, shout out to Mifa who sent this for review. But as always, all the opinions set here are my own. And if this is the first time you're watching my videos, please accept my warm welcome. I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. And for those of you team tested by Ken, don't forget to hit the thumbs up because we'll go straight to the thing you wanted to know, the sound quality. I don't know if you're also asking the same question, but let's say you're given a budget of below 50 bucks. Do I get two of the smaller 5W speakers, use it in stereo pair, or do I get one but bigger 10W speaker instead? The answer really comes down to two important things. First, the stereo separation. This is a big reason why I'd get two separate speakers instead of one just sitting there in front of you. In the case of Mifa A10 Plus, just hold the play and pause button for a couple seconds, they'll beep, and that's pretty much it. The next time you want to use them, you just have to power them on and off. They will automatically pair with each other, and if you want to use a single speaker, you can just power one on and it doesn't change the way you use a Bluetooth speaker by itself. Now, listening to music on the stereo pair, I tell you, the benefit is real. By itself, the Mifa A10 may sound like an okay speaker. Nothing special, especially on the bass. But the real stereo separation really helps bring life to the songs. When I put it beside my laptop, let's say my laptop is in the center, it feels like the singer is front and center, even though there's really nothing but my screen. Unfortunately, you won't be able to tell the difference in the upcoming sound test clip because I'll be recording in mono. So you need to rely on my words here. And I repeat, it's really nice to have music that envelopes you, and I can testify about how simple it is to use. The connection between speakers is very solid. Latency is also manageable at around 300 milliseconds on YouTube, but there are limitations. The first one, this will only work on Bluetooth. So if you plug in an aux cable input, for example, only one speaker will work. And second, you cannot put the two speakers away too far. About 5 meters or more, the sound will start to stutter if you, a human body, gets in between. Also, this system only allows two speakers to pair together, not a multi-point system where you can have more than two speakers for a party. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the limitations. They've pretty much executed this very well. It's very easy to pair. The battery lasts long enough that I don't have to keep worrying about charging. And honestly, I think for the first time ever, I'm choosing the two smaller speakers setup now. The thing is, no matter how you put it, I think the bigger A10 Plus will be better in this one aspect, the sound quality. The bigger A10 Plus is a no-brainer here. With twice the power in each speaker, it's capable of driving more bass and more volume. So the overall sound is much fuller, much louder than the A10. You can see that in the sound test comparison later, and here are some of my screenshots. They're about the same loudness. What's not different though is the sound signature. It's still similar to the A10, which is pretty light on bass, and it's a good balance of treble and bass. It's pretty natural, but it's just more powerful than the A10. With that said, this is still not for use in a living room or a larger kind of room. It's great at small to medium sized room, especially if you put it on a corner to amplify the bass, but don't expect to fire up a party with it. I honestly think it performs well for the price. A couple months back, I've bought an EGGEL Elite 3 for myself. It's a local brand from Indonesia, and I've been very satisfied with how it sounds in my bedroom. This sounds very similar to it. It's only slightly lighter on the bass. And that's at a similar price point with much more waterproof design. So I can definitely say that this is good. Now it's time to check out the sound test. Don't forget to use headphones if you have one, and remember, the sound you listen to here isn't really representative of the real world performance, but it should give you a picture of how these two performs. Let's check it out.
Why do you have to run when you know that the things aren't just a way? Stand for who you care, one who deserves all your sacrifice, all your hearts, all your cries and calls. Fight for who you love, but realize all these things won't be wasted. You scale all the mountains, save the price to see. You break through the difference and let the world see. 'Cause I believe that you'll see how the things we're meant to be. 'Cause I believe that when I'm high, you'll be there to catch me when I fall.
By the way, an important note, these recordings are unedited. No noise cancellation, no compressor, no gain whatsoever. So you may hear more of the noise there in the two A10s. That's because of the air conditioner I put on, and the volume is less loud, so the microphone picks up more of the room noise. But in reality, these two doesn't have that kind of noise even at lower volumes. It's very clean. And that's true no matter if you're playing from Bluetooth or aux input. So what's the take here? After using these two for months now, to listen to music, edit videos, watch movies, I think even one of the smaller A10 is fine. But if you can only buy one speaker, I would say save up and get the bigger A10 Plus instead. Or actually, when you see a brand offering a bigger option like this and the prices are not that different, always get the bigger one. But here's my answer to the question in the title. I personally would go with the two smaller speaker option here. The biggest reason why is because of that real stereo separation. Even at the cost of less bass and less volume, and also probably slightly higher price tag, that encompassing sound is worth it in my opinion. And you know what? This feels weird for me to say because all this time I thought I'm just gonna go straight with a simpler one bigger speaker option. My defense here is even though it's a more complicated setup, it's not that much more complicated. For charging, yes, you have to charge two speakers instead of one now, but the battery inside these two smaller speakers are the same 2200 milliamp hour cell that's found also in the bigger A10 Plus. And this makes the smaller speakers last a good while. I've recharged the A10 Plus once, but I don't remember if I have ever charged the A10s since I unboxed it months ago. But that's me. Probably I don't use it a lot. If you had used it heavily, I think they said 24 hours of playtime in this one. So this should be a little bit more, or I'm not sure because the Bluetooth is also different. This is Bluetooth 4.0. So yeah, while we are at it, let's talk about the differences between these two. The A10 Plus isn't just a bigger sounding speaker. It's also a nicer looking one in my opinion. It has passive radiators on the side. It's more waterproof at IPX7 instead of IPX5. It uses USB-C to charge and it uses Bluetooth 5.0 instead of Bluetooth 4. but the basic features here are the same. Both have micro SD card slots, 3.5mm aux input, full controls of music on the top here, which is great. The only thing is the A10 Plus has this extra button in the middle here to control replay function where you're playing off of a flash drive. And with that, yes, the A10 Plus has an extra USB Type-A port in the back. All the cables are included in the box, and especially on the A10, it has a really nice yellow color cables, matches this awesome graffiti pattern, which is unique to each speaker, and I love it. One last thing before we end the video is the ability to answer phone calls. Yes, these two has microphones on the top of the speaker, and in a pinch, you can answer phone calls with this. But remember, I said in a pinch because let's listen to it. Alright, welcome everyone to the call test. Right now you're listening to my iPhone 10 microphone. I'm about a full arm's length away and the mic is actually facing that way, so maybe this is less loud than what you usually hear in my True Wireless Earbuds reviews. That's usually like very close. But yeah, I have these speakers connected and this is connected as a pair, but I think it should only use one microphone. We're going to find that out later. And they're about at the same distance, so let's switch to the Mifa A10 Plus right now. Okay, so this is the sound out of the Mifa A10 Plus, and currently it's facing my way, but it doesn't matter because the microphone is right on top here. Actually, when you're using it at this distance, which is not how do you use the speaker, this is decent. But when you start to get away, and especially this is a very quiet room indoors, yeah, when you're using this outdoors and you're talking from like, let's say this far away or, you know, like even farther, I don't think it'll be a good option because maybe you can hear it, maybe you cannot hear it. Let's say let's say I'm standing up like this and I'll be talking with the same volume as I was talking, and you most likely you can hear my voice very, very well. Sorry, I hit the table there. So that's just the limitation of this thing. It's okay to get phone calls, but you need to get close to it. Maybe it'll work in a pinch. That's my conclusion that I came up with. So let's try out the Mifa A10 right now. We're going to take. All right, so we are on the Mifa A10 right now. What do you think of the sound quality? Is it the same as the Mifa A10 Plus? We're going to identify which mic is being used here. I'm going to tap on this one and snap in this one. I'm not sure which one is the master right now, but I think it should be using the master one, which is, you know, the one that you press the play button first. So yeah, let's try out. What if I move like a distance away from the speakers? Can you hear my voice well? And I try to stand up. And what do you think of the sound quality? I'm talking at a normal volume, just like what I was talking with when I'm up close. So yeah, this is the microphone quality of the Mifa A10 and A10 Plus. What do you think of the sound quality? I think they are, you know, okay to use in a pinch, but definitely you're not using this to make, you know, video meetings or stuff like that. All right, let's go downstairs now and we'll finish the video. So there you go. I hope this video answered the question whether to get two smaller speakers or one bigger speaker. As a quick recap, I personally will go for the smaller pair because I love the real stereo separation. It's real right channel and real left channel. But sound quality wise, there's no way around getting a more powerful sound than getting a physically bigger and more capable speaker. So if you don't want the complication of two speakers, you use the speaker in both Bluetooth as well as aux input, then I'd recommend getting the one bigger speaker route with the A10 Plus. As a bonus, it's also more water resistant and it's a sweet spot for speakers at $35. Just only use it to receive phone calls in a pinch. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to leave a like if you haven't. And I've just got a new affiliate program. It's a VPN called IPVanish, and they're having a limited offer for 3 months of VPN for just $12. I've been using it for the past week and it's been pretty solid. I'll link it up down in the description below, and of course it would help me a lot if you subscribe from the affiliate links. So thank you so much for your support again. Please let me know any important point if I miss anything, and I'm available on the comments, Instagram and Twitter. Reach me out anywhere. Thank you so much for watching until this end once again. This is Kenneth. and I will see you in the next video.